Hey there guys, here to take a look at this new radio I've bought now, because I got a radio similar to this about 10 years ago, and it's actually one of the first videos I ever did for YouTube was reviewing this old radio, so it's kind of fun to come back again and do a new one. This is like an updated model. Everything's gone a bit digital on it now, so I thought I'd update. Now it's powered by charging it up at the back here. You'll see there's a crank that you can use to charge it, and when you are using that, a little green light comes on there just to indicate that it's charging. But it will also charge from solar power from this panel on the top here. Unfortunately, it's a really overcast day today, so I can't demonstrate that, but I have had it out on the windowsill at home, and once again that little green light there comes on to indicate that the sunlight's charging it. And that's one of the main reasons I want these, because in an emergency, even if the batteries run out, you know that you can always keep charging this up. So it's useful to have, keep track of what's going on in the news, or just to take out camping with you for entertainment. Now to activate it, you've got a switch on the front here. Keep your finger pressed down on that for a few seconds and it comes on. See the display screen there.
It's their new one in January, and then they're touring from February, and they're absolutely brilliant. And how about that? I discovered them in someone's...
The volume buttons are here, where you've got the V1 and 2, obviously.
Done that way, actually. I have done a sing quite a bit. I think it's a great idea.
Well,
it does get quite loud. Auto tuning there. I mean, all the buttons are pretty self-explanatory around it.
Amplification. I thought, this is how I want to watch music now.
The least I can do with all the hard work you put in throughout the year.
And obviously you can store all the different radio stations as well. It's not like on the older ones, or my old one at least, where you had to kind of tune it with a little button on the side there, and here you can just save your favourite radio stations and then go through them on all these buttons. I've only got one radio station saved on there at the minute, but like I say, if you want to, you can program them in to store on there, so you don't have to keep auto-tuning it every time. You can just quickly flip through them. However, this also has a few modes that my old radio didn't. One of which is that it will connect to Bluetooth. So if you've got some music or something on your phone or on an MP3 player, you want to play through this, you can do that. I'll just have to get the Bluetooth on my phone going and connect it to this.
If you're heading to the M40 southbound,
you press mode there and it will go to Bluetooth, and it will scan for Bluetooth devices that are close to it. I think it's connecting to my phone now. And then I should be able to play what's on my phone through that. I don't use Bluetooth much, so I'm not all that familiar with it, so sorry if this takes me a few seconds to get going. Let's just try this. Yeah, see, that's coming from my phone now, but it's playing through the radio. So it's quite useful that can connect to Bluetooth if you've got, like I say, an MP3 or a phone with you. Better turn that down or I'll get a copyright strike for playing the music. But also, if you don't want to use the Bluetooth, there is a slot on the side here where you can put a mini SD card. So once again, if you've got music or any kind of audio files, I know, movie reviews or audio books that you want to listen to through this, you can put the little SD card in the side there and play them through this as well. So I'll just use the little SD card out of my phone just to demonstrate this. Slides in there. And now that's scanning that. There we go, and that's the same song obviously because it was off my phone before. Now those features are entertaining, but back to the more kind of survival front of things, as well as the radio, this also has, via the switch at the top here, a flashlight, you can see there, a SOS light as it's described on here, which is basically just a little flashing red light to try and draw attention to yourself, or an alarm, once again, to draw attention to yourself if you've had some kind of accident. If you've been out walking, hiking, whatever, and fallen and you need to draw the attention of rescue, that can be quite a handy thing to have. On the other side here, as well as the slot for the SD card, you've got a port for some earphones, so you can listen to the music or whatever quietly without giving away your position. And you've got a USB port here, which connects to a cable that comes with the radio. So the cable goes in the end there, and then the other end here goes in your computer or in a wall socket if you've got an adapter or whatever, and you can charge it via the mains power while you're at home. However, if you want to, you can also use this cable. If you put it in the other way around, if you put the USB end in there, then this end here will connect to your phone. And this is a function that seems to be in a lot of things. In some flashlights I got the other day, they do this as well, but everything now seems to charge up your phone, which is really handy to have. It's a useful thing. Oh, there's a switch there by the USB port you have to flip on first, and then it should start to charge the phone. There we go. You can also, while the radio's on, if you want to, record whatever's playing. If there's a song or something on that you want to record, you just press that button there with the red dot underneath and it will start recording, but you have to have a SD card in there for it to do that, and it will record whatever's playing on the radio onto the SD card. So there you have it. It's the Tivdio HR-11S radio. My old one still works fine for a radio, but the phone charging function on my old one is completely obsolete. The adapters for it, won't connect to modern phones, and it doesn't have a USB port or anything, and it also doesn't connect to MP3s via an SD card or anything like that, because like I say, it was 10 years ago I bought it. So I wanted this updated version, because I do think it's handy having an extra charger for your phone with you, an extra kind of power bank to use, and when it's built in with a radio and a flashlight and everything, it just seems a handy thing to have. And I never had any problems with my old one, so I'm not expecting to have any problems with this. Obviously I can't speak too soon, but these things tend to last pretty well in my experience. Now whenever I do one of these reviews, people always get loads of comments asking where I got it from, so I keep trying to remember now to put a link in the description below. So if you like the look of this and want to get more details about it or see where I got it from, I will put a link in the description. Having a radio that doesn't have to rely on battery or mains power, I think, is a very important thing to have in any kind of survival kit or supplies, especially for the home, maybe even more than taking out with you anywhere for bugging out or camping or whatever. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I was hoping to get a camping video done, but I don't think I'm definitely not going to get time before Christmas now, but it's possible I might be able to do one in the week between Christmas and New Year, but if not, I'll do one in the New Year itself. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get out in the snow, but we only had snow where I lived for about 24 hours before it melted away, so I just didn't have a chance to. But I'd love to do a camp out in the snow at some point. We just never seem to get any where I live anymore. I haven't for about 4 years now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.